Hi, my name is Steve Scheich. I'm the interim senior pastor at the Kirk of Kildare. Prior to this opportunity, I was serving in the Pentagon as the 19th Chief of Chaplains. I retired as a two-star general and following 42 years of military service in the United States Air Force. I remember like it was yesterday when I heard of Saddam Hussein invading Kuwait. It was 1990. I had been a chaplain for about 18 months. I was beginning to hear rumors that many of us would be deployed. I'd never been deployed before, never gone to war before. I was afraid, and sure enough, on the 2nd of January of 1991, I got on a B-52, and I flew with 7 of my best friends all the way to Guam. From there, I hopped a flight to Diego Garcia, which is where I served out the Gulf War. During that Gulf experience, I said goodbye to several of my really good friends. A really dear friend of mine, I signed his death certificate. It was a difficult time. And I remember about 7.5 months later, my wife having given birth to our son, our second child, while I was gone. I was anxious to get home. I was deplaning in Baltimore, Maryland. I had been on American soil now for the first time in almost 7.5, 8 months. And I was walking off the jet bridge. I was walking alongside a Vietnam veteran. And we both glimpsed at what was waiting for us at the end of the jetway. Hundreds of people cheering and waving American flags and welcoming us home. And my friend, who was right next to me, looked at me and said in a very somber way, "The last time I did this, I was spat on." I'll never forget that story. I'll never forget his face. And I want you to know that if you're a veteran of the Vietnam War, we want nothing more than to finally, after 50 years, welcome you home. And so I ask those of you who are listening to this, watching this, to find a veteran, welcome he or she home. Say it in a way that makes them feel as though they really are welcomed home. More than 3 million people died during this war. 58,000 are listed on the wall in Washington, D.C., but in all those gestures, we've not done our diligence in saying thank you. And so on behalf of everyone who has served before, during, and after the Vietnam War, accept now my salute for you, your service, and a welcome home, long overdue. Thank you. I also would like you to know that if you served in the Vietnam War, I would be so very honored to hear your story. Again, I'm at the Kirk of Kildare. The information as to how to contact me will be seen on your screen, but I would be thrilled to have you call me and maybe we can talk on the phone. Maybe we can get a cup of coffee somewhere. However that works out, just know that I would be honored to hear a little of your story and to personally look you in the eyes and say, welcome home.